Good evening, Captain Matt Edwards, retired here, with another short video. I was surprised when I looked back through my video archives that I never did a video up about the brain cancer veteran who Veterans Affairs had cut off of earnings loss benefit. I'll call him Jim. Jim was on the earnings loss benefit, and because he developed brain cancer, he couldn't participate in the rehabilitation program. So Veterans Affairs cut him off. Now, you tell me how cutting someone's benefits off, their compensation for injury in service, will help them recover, or will show them recognition, or whatever. Veterans Affairs, do they have a heart? I mean, somebody at the department did have a bit of compassion because they gave him another benefit to replace the earnings loss benefit, but it was $1,500 less a month. Now, if you're going through cancer therapy, why should you have the additional stress of having to, less money? How is that going to help you heal? Are Veterans Affairs hoping that we're all going to die off and then they won't have to pay for us? So anyway, I figured I'd make this short video, and I might start making some short videos about other veterans. And I'll change the name. His real name is not Jim. But I'll give you a short, concise summary of what I see as being wrong. What I see as being wrong here is that a veteran who gets benefits in the form of compensation for injury should not have any conditions at all placed on them. They should get the benefit no matter what. Canada has placed the new Veterans Charter into the welfare category, where they only give it to you if you have needs, and if you have other money, then they don't give you the benefit. Jim got sick. I didn't say it was the cancer came from service, but on the other hand, he didn't need the extra aggravation put on him by Veterans Affairs flunkies, minions, who took away his money and caused him extra aggravation. Good morning, Captain Matt Edwards, retired here with another short video. I'll continue with my trend to do some veteran stories that I've heard. Today's story will be about Gail, not her real name. Gail was released from the military in 2012, did 2 years of SISIP vocational rehabilitation. And then she was put on the earnings loss benefit and Veterans Affairs rehabilitation. Now, she was recently cut off the earnings loss benefit because she wasn't participating, they said, in the rehabilitation. Well, she was on medical rehabilitation with Veterans Affairs. She had already done 2 years of vocational rehabilitation, which is backwards. You shouldn't have to do vocational rehabilitation before you get medically healed. Isn't that obvious? Now, their request to save money at all expenses has led to her becoming suicidal. She told me the other day that she was feeling like she was going to kill herself. So I passed it on to other veterans, and they contacted her because I'm a man and I felt I couldn't really, well, I don't know if it was the man part, but I'm not trained in stopping people from killing themselves. So I contacted another veteran who contacted another veteran, and then the network of veterans contacted the suicidal veteran, and they hopefully convinced her not to. Now, Veterans Affairs should take ownership of this. It just so happened, it was a coincidence, that she was turned down for her compensation for injury in service on the very same day that she was diagnosed as being legally blind. Now, what kind of care, compassion, and respect, which are the 3 catchwords that Veterans Affairs is using to describe their way of treating veterans, can that possibly be? A person who is suicidal and is told she was legally blind, and Veterans Affairs piles on and cuts off her compensation for injury in service. This kind of crap needs to stop, and stories like this need to get out, and they need to pony up and do things properly, or nobody will join the military. Good afternoon, Captain Matt Edwards here with another short video. Gonna make this one on the taxation problem that Tom Anderson and other veterans are having. I found out recently that it was planned that the government, when they introduced Bill C-25 in 1999, were looking at relieving the tax burden of people by having the money they got in a qualifying retroactive lump sum payment spread out over the years that the money was supposed to have been paid but wasn't paid by somebody. Now, the government, in one of its documents before the bill was tabled, said that they had to gross up the money that wasn't paid because of the lost time value of the tax that wasn't paid by the person. Well, the person would have gotten the money on time and had to pay the taxes due in that year, if it was taxable at all, had the government paid them the money that they were supposed to get. Now think about that. The SISIP long-term disability insurance was supposed to have been paid to Tom Anderson in 1996 to 2012, but the government had to be taken to court and lost the lawsuit. And when they lost, now they're getting the time value of that money back in taxes at compound interest at the T-bill, the Treasury bill, plus 2%, compounded daily, when Tom got 5% simple interest compounded not at all. Now, that is simply unconscionable. The government needs to fix this to give the money back to these veterans who had their money stolen from them. Good morning, Captain Matt Edwards here, retired. Got a fairly disturbing video to make this morning. I was talking to a veteran last night for over an hour. She was on the earnings loss benefit program. She couldn't participate in the rehabilitation program because she was, a mother. She has 4 kids. She was terrified about telling Veterans Affairs about it because she was afraid of getting her benefits cut off. In 2013, she did have her benefits cut off because she had a family. That's what they put in the decision letter. This is disgusting. This stuff needs to stop. We need to have a royal commission, some kind of inquiry. We need to have Veterans Affairs and Canadians to develop a heart. Children are supposed to be protected, not, a liability. They weren't supposed to stop. This is crazy. I've had a person with brain cancer. I've had a person that hurt their knee. Now I've had a mother that talked to me that got cut off from her benefits, which should have been her right because she was hurting the service of her country. And she had those benefits taken away from her because she had a family. Haven't they ever heard of the Charter, Section 15.1, which says that you cannot be discriminated against because of family status or disability? There's other reasons. We need to send a stern message to Canada, to Ottawa, and tell them to take that rehab and shove it up their arse.